Hey, what is up guys? It is your boy Serge. So today we're going to talk about the new HP OMEN 15. This is the newest model, the 2017 edition. We're going to be doing an unboxing. I'm going to show you what the gaming is like on this particular machine. We're going to talk about noise and temps, and I'm going to be answering all of your guys' questions. So if there's a particular game you guys want me to test, leave a comment down below. Alright, so first up, let's go ahead and do the unboxing, and let's take a look at this laptop. And there it is. All right, so let's pop this box open. Got some nice OMEN branding on the sides there. You can see the laptop, and then you have the OMEN insignia. All right, just got a little piece of tape. Cut that and open up the box. Pretty straightforward. You got some styrofoam holding everything together. You have a little tech sheet with everything on there, showing you where the keys are. Some quick shortcuts on how to format your drives even. We even get some stickers as well. These are the OMEN stickers. If you have any questions for HP, just contact them. They really stand by their products and they want to help you guys out. So be sure to call them. Let's take a look at the charger here. Pretty simple box. Take this out, 2 pieces. You have your charging cord, which you're going to plug into your power brick. Take the plastic off. Looks pretty nice, pretty basic. Nothing too fancy or flashy, but just enough to get the job done. Here we have our power brick. It's got some cord management solutions. Alright, nice satisfying unwrap. Okay, got some more on the sides here. Here's the cord management solutions I was telling you about earlier. Plug the power cord in. So it's a 150 watt power supply. Let's take a look at the actual laptop now. Alright, take it out of its little sleeve here, and there it is. This is a really nice looking gaming laptop. I really like those red accents in the center there, and then you have that HP OMEN insignia at the top and at the bottom. Gotta hand it to them, it actually really does grow on you. It's quite nice. We even have a carbon fiber based texture on the sides, which also looks really nice and premium. On the back side we have some exhaust vents and intake. You also have some really nice looking rubber feet. Pop this open, take a look at the front keyboard and trackpad. Overall, I gotta say, I really like what HP did here. This is one of the nicest looking gaming laptops I've seen in a while, next to Alienware. Let's examine the hinge and see how well this thing works. So the hinge is quite fluid, however there is no magnets holding the top part together. Really nice angular shapes to the backside and the rear. Microphone, headphone jack, USB-C, USB 3.0, Ethernet, HDMI, mini display port, and a Kensington lock. It's quite a lot of ports. Got a power plug, 2 USBs, and we even have a LED indicator for the hard drive and a standard SD slot. Really nice to have that on there. Some OMEN branding on the back. Just have a look at what the gaming is like on this actual laptop. So I can tell you with confidence that no matter what you throw at this laptop, you will be able to enjoy the gaming experience. You'll be able to even turn up all the eye candy for most games. Games like Counter-Strike don't even stand a chance. You can run it on max graphics. Grand Theft Auto 5 is a similar story. Max out all the graphics, turn on the ultra textures, turn on ultra lighting, turn on even far draw distance, and you'll be able to enjoy this game with a good 40 to 50 FPS. No hiccups while gaming whatsoever. The game looks great and plays really, really well. Overwatch did not have any issues running on Epic whatsoever. They get smooth playable frame rates in the 50s and 60s. If you have any particular questions while watching this video, do not hesitate to leave a comment down below because I am replying to all comments. And I want to ask you, which particular laptop are you thinking about getting? And if you are thinking about getting one, are you going to get some upgrades? Resilient. It took me a while to kill him. StarCraft 2 is a RTS based game, so it's pretty simple to run. It's top-down view, so there's not a lot of polygons for it unless you build a lot of units. So this game you can definitely run an Epic with no issues whatsoever. Play the game, enjoy it, and don't worry at all about it. Same story with Diablo. While playing Diablo 3, I've had no issues whatsoever. Runs really well. Getting frame rates in the hundreds. There is one game that does strain the GPU and CPU, and that's going to be Battlefield 1. This game has some of the best eye candy I've seen, tons of action. It's an extremely fun game. generally you'll be getting around 38 to 40 FPS. If you're playing Battlefield 4, you can expect to have a good 50, 60, 70 FPS while gaming. Now, Rust is kind of a different story because Rust is an indie game and it's taking them a while to really optimize the game. It is playable on medium settings and you can turn it up if you want, but the downside is you'll be running around 30 to 40 FPS. Oh man, this was hilarious. This guy was spamming his music, tried to kill me and a couple other buddies. Absolutely hilarious. He ended up randomly suiciding. When you consider all the elements of the HP OMEN 15, you really find that there really aren't any weaknesses to this laptop. It looks great, the performance is great, it's fairly portable, but there is one complaint that I have. My first day of using this laptop, there's one serious problem, and that's the texture of the physical laptop itself. It cuts into your skin and it leaves a lot of dead white skin cells all over the laptop. So my first day, you can already see tons of skin cells on the top right there in the corner, and that was literally just by me picking it up and it just rubbed right off. It's one downside, you'll have to periodically clean it, but that is a very small downside when you consider that laptop's fairly portable. The keyboard was one big plus on this laptop. The keyboard looks really nice with the red accents. I like what they did with the WASD keys. But the main thing about the keyboard that makes it nice is the fact that it's very, very clicky and it has a lot of good tactile feedback as you're typing. So when you're typing, you're less likely to make mistakes. You're gonna enjoy the gaming experience and you're gonna have a lot less misclicks. This keyboard really reminds me of like a MacBook Air type style keyboard, and it feels similar to Alienware, but actually I think it might feel just a little bit better because there's more travel. When comparing the trackpad, I noticed that it's a moderate size. However, I would prefer it to be a little bit larger, and I want there to be some kind of feedback when you click on the physical trackpad. There's no feedback. And it feels like something from the 90s because you have these old school buttons, the left and right click. I'm so surprised they have this. They need to enter the modern age. The screen on this laptop is really nice if you get the 120 Hz model. However, the screen does have extremely thick bezels, another feature of old school laptops that I don't really like. So similar to how the trackpad feels like it's from the 90s, the screen setup is similar. A lot of gaming laptops kind of have this weird 90s, early 2000s feel where they're really kind of flashy and they have some features about them that don't make a lot of sense, like the thick bezels. Why are they there? They don't need to be there. This 15-inch screen could easily have been a 17-inch screen and a 15-inch body, but they decided that they didn't want to do that. Other than that, the OMEN branding is absolutely amazing. I love the way it looks. I'm currently using the base model. I have the 8 gig RAM, the 1TB hard drive, the GTX 1050, and it runs phenomenal. There's no issues spec-wise. I can play all my games just fine. The default screen, it doesn't have the best viewing angles, and it's just basic 1080p. If you can, I highly urge you to upgrade to the 120 Hz screen. The fluidity of the screen will be amazing. It'll be extremely smooth gameplay. Let's take a look and see what we can upgrade on this laptop. Keep in mind there's quite a lot of screws to take off, and you must pry open the back plate or else it will not come off. We have a user replaceable SATA drive that you can replace with an SSD or whatever else you'd like, maybe a 2 or 3 terabyte drive. You just have to remove the screws, slide it in, put the screws back on. Very, very simple. We have a 4500 milliamp battery, nothing special here. This is our NVMe slot. This is where you can put in either an NVMe drive or any other M.2 drives for faster booting. We have our CPU cooler, our GPU cooler. This is where you can insert your RAM. It's super easy. Literally just slide it in horizontally and then push down onto the RAM and it snaps in place. Very simple to do. We have our integrated graphics chip and then our wireless card. So the question on everybody's mind is, should you buy this laptop? And I will tell you, it really depends. Are you a fan of HP? If you are, you probably should continue to get their products. Do you like the style? Do you like the design? This particular laptop, it's it's black and it's got the red accents. So it's something that we've seen before in a lot of other gamer laptops that have this particular design. It's just how they do things. I don't think it's too bad, and I actually like the way this laptop is set up. It is fairly thin for a gaming laptop, so they did a really nice job with that. The red keys are cool. We even have some accents on the Wasad, which is sort of interesting. But for around $1,000, when you're comparing this to the Dell Inspiron, realistically, you're gonna notice that this is a little bit more expensive. But what you're really paying for is the design. You're paying for a better design, a better look and feel, and a slightly better keyboard, because when you compare this to like a $800 Dell Inspiron, the keyboard on this one is still better. So one thing that I really like about this laptop is how many ports you get. You get 2 USB ports on the front, you get a USB port on the side, you get USB-C, and you even have the optional Thunderbolt, which I think is quite nice. You're getting a lot of ports for your money. This is the most port-filled gaming laptop that I've ever experienced. So I think that's a really good value at around $1,000. But one thing I feel like they really should up is the overall feel of the metal. I wanted to add a little bit more premium plastic and a little bit more premium metal on the sides, because they are charging a little bit more from that premium feel, and because you got the OMEN branding on there and all that. But I feel like it needs to be better quality at this price range. At this price range, I can just go ahead and get a Dell Alienware laptop, and the build quality on those, by far one of the best gaming laptop build qualities that I've seen, next to like Razer, for instance, which is also quite good. But when you're comparing it at this price point, you have to be realistic, because at around $1,000, how much more can they do to a laptop to make it better? You look at Razer's laptops, sure, they're all nice, metallic body, very similar to like the MacBooks, but you're paying almost $2,000 or $1,500 or $1,800, however much you're paying, and it's expensive when you compare it. One of the troublesome things about this computer is once you start adding a little bit of the upgrades, like the faster GPU, like the 1060, or you upgrade the 120 hertz monitor, or you go for the higher res display, it's gonna add up cost. Only get this if you're just gonna start off with the base $1,000 model and then just do some upgrades. So I showed you how to do upgrades previously in the video. Follow the build guide on how to do the upgrades. Pop yourself a new SATA drive in there when it's time. Pop yourself a new NVMe drive. It does have the ability to upgrade, which I think is nice. You want to upgrade some RAM? Go right ahead. So when it comes to performance, what can you expect? Well, the GTX 1050 is a good card. It can do just about all gaming, close to max or on high or ultra, around there. And if you're sticking to 1080p, you really got nothing to worry about. It's gonna work, and it's gonna work well. One of the things that I like about this year and last year was that manufacturers and the GPU chip makers like Nvidia and AMD, they really upped their game. It's so much easier to get a $1,000 laptop that can run games almost at maximum graphical fidelity. So even if you're getting yourself, GTX 1050, 1050 Ti, or even 1060, it's gonna run amazing. If you can afford it, I would say definitely go for the 1070, because it's just a much better gaming experience. You're future-proofing in a sense, which is kind of cool, I think. So I wanted to thank you guys for watching this far, and if you watched this far, you make a great subscriber, so push that subscribe button. There's no reason why you shouldn't. I want to ask you a question. Which particular laptop are you thinking about getting? Are you going to get yourself, an HP OMEN? Are you thinking about a Dell? Are you thinking about maybe a different type of product like a Razer? I'm reviewing pretty much a lot of modern tech and laptops, and I will be doing cell phones at some point, so if you are interested in that, go ahead, push the subscribe button. And come on, let's open this up to discussion. I want to know what you're thinking about, and I definitely want you guys as subscribers. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. And if it's your first time here, take a look around. See you later.